He's the fastest man in the NFL, a walking highlight reel who made defenders look like they were stuck in slow motion. But behind Tyreek Hill's record-breaking speed is a career full of red flags, broken headlines, and second chances he was never supposed to get. He was kicked off a major college team after disturbing accusations. He nearly lost his NFL career twice due to off-the-field scandals. And just when you thought he had it all under control, body cam footage, a broken hand, and a late-night arrest shook everything up again. From Olympic-level speed to controversy on and off the field, this is the story of how Tyreek Hill keeps outrunning everything except his past. College coaches were circling like hawks when Tyreek landed at little-known Garden City Community College in 2013. On Saturdays, the football field turned into his personal sprint lane. Kick returns that flipped games in seconds, jet sweeps that made defenders look windburned, and sprint times that kept NFL scouts refreshing their stopwatches. By mid-season, top programs were fighting for a signature. Oklahoma State won. Bigger stage, brighter lights, everything seemed set for a straight ascent, but speed can't outrun every shadow. Late in 2014, disturbing accusations of violence surfaced against Hill and detonated his spotless image. Within hours, OSU cut ties, scholarships vanished, draft chatter went from first-round sleeper to silence. Just like that, the fastest kid in the country was benched by his own past, watching highlight reels of a future that might never happen. Yet Rockets don't quit, they recalculate, and Tyreek's next move would clock in at a blistering 4.29 seconds, rewriting every scout's report. With his reputation shattered and top programs turning their backs, Tyreek Hill found himself at the University of West Alabama, a tiny Division II school that wasn't known for football, let alone producing NFL talent. For most players, it would have been the end of the road, but Hill wasn't most players. He stayed quiet, kept his head down, and went to work. No cameras, no crowds, just raw speed waiting to be unleashed. Then came Pro Day. While others hoped to get noticed, Hill stunned everyone. A 4.29-second 40-yard dash, a 40.5-inch vertical, explosiveness that couldn't be ignored no matter what came attached to it. NFL teams, once silent, suddenly had a decision to make. Do you gamble on the most dangerous return man in college football even if he comes with baggage? The Kansas City Chiefs said yes. 5th round, pick 165, a quiet draft moment that would eventually turn into one of the biggest steals in NFL history. But while Kansas City had found a Ferrari, they were also inheriting everything parked in the trunk, and that baggage was about to make headlines again. In Kansas City, Tyreek Hill didn't just prove the doubters wrong, he rewrote the playbook. From day one, he was electric. Defenders weren't just beaten, they were humiliated. Nicknamed Cheetah, he became a nightmare for every defense in the league. His cuts were instant, his separation was otherworldly, and his connection with Patrick Mahomes, unstoppable. In just a few seasons, Hill racked up Pro Bowl nods, All-Pro honors, and a Super Bowl ring. He wasn't just fast, he was terrifying. Highlight after highlight, week after week. The kind of player fans couldn't stop watching and defenders couldn't catch. But even at the peak of his success, the spotlight began to shift. In 2019, serious concerns resurfaced. Reports emerged involving the safety of his young son. An audio recording leaked. Tyreek's voice, harsh words. The public reaction was instant and severe. The NFL launched an investigation and the media swarmed in. Some called for suspension. Others said he should never play again. In the end, no charges were filed. The league, after months of review, decided not to discipline Hill, but the stain remained. Fans were divided. Sponsors distanced themselves. The Chiefs, meanwhile, stuck with their star. That year, Hill returned to the field. Still fast, still dominant. But something had changed. The cheers were mixed with questions, and the silence around his off-field image spoke louder than ever. For some athletes, scandal is the end, but for Tyreek Hill, it was just another sprint through fire, because what came next would take his career and his controversies to an entirely new level. In 2022, the NFL world shook. Tyreek Hill was traded to the Miami Dolphins. Just months after another explosive season in Kansas City, the Chiefs shipped off their most dangerous weapon for draft picks and cap space. But Hill didn't just leave with speed, he left with leverage. Miami handed him a $120 million deal, making him the highest-paid wide receiver in NFL history at the time. New city, new quarterback, new legacy to build, and Hill? He wasted no time. On the field, he torched defenses like he'd been in the system for years. 1,710 receiving yards in his first Dolphins season. Career high, he was thriving, and the Dolphins were suddenly contenders. But the headlines didn't just follow him to Miami, they multiplied. In 2023, a marina altercation involving Hill and a fishing charter captain went viral. Videos surfaced, allegations flew. Some claimed he struck the man, others said it was exaggerated. Again, no charges. Again, the NFL investigated. Again, Hill slipped through, legally untouched but publicly bruised. Then came something even more bizarre, an off-field injury that raised eyebrows. Reports said Hill had broken his hand during a domestic incident at home, but no further details were released. No statements, no charges, just silence. And just when things seemed to settle, bodycam footage leaked in 2024. Hill pulled over in a luxury car, detained by police, handcuffed on camera. Fans watched it unfold in real time. The NFL's fastest man, motionless in cuffs. For some, it was déjà vu. For others, it was the first time they questioned the man behind the jersey. At this point, Tyreek Hill wasn't just a football player. He was a headline factory, speeding through records, drama, and damage control at the same pace. But there was still one question no one could answer. Can you outrun everything, even yourself? Tyreek Hill's career is a study in contradictions. On one hand, he's a generational talent, a game changer whose speed has reshaped how football is played. On the other, his off-field controversies cast a long shadow over everything he's achieved. The question now isn't just about how fast he runs, but whether his legacy will be defined by his highlights or his headlines. Despite multiple investigations, public scrutiny, and whispered doubts, Hill continues to play at an elite level. Fans are divided. Some celebrate his talent, others can't separate the player from the problems. Sponsors have come and gone, and the media remains relentless, digging for answers no one seems to have. But the most striking truth is this: Tyreek Hill's story is far from over. His speed has carried him through the toughest moments, but it's also exposed the fractures beneath the surface. Will the NFL's fastest man finish his career as a legend, a cautionary tale, or something in between? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, Tyreek Hill will keep running. Whether toward redemption or reckoning, the race isn't over yet. With all the speed, skill, and controversy behind him, the big question remains: what's next for Tyreek Hill? At just 29, he still has years left in the NFL. Can he push past the headlines and focus purely on football? Or will his off-field drama continue to define him, overshadowing every record and highlight? Fans and analysts alike watch closely as Hill adjusts to life in Miami, where expectations are sky high and scrutiny is relentless. His next moves on and off the field will shape how history remembers him. Will he become a true legend of the game, or will the past keep catching up? One thing is clear: Tyreek Hill's story is a marathon, not a sprint, and the finish line is far from sight. Tyreek Hill's journey is a powerful reminder that talent alone can't outrun the complexities of life. From blazing speed and record-breaking plays to controversies and second chances, his story is as thrilling as it is complicated. Whether you see him as a football genius or a figure mired in controversy, one fact stands out: Tyreek Hill refuses to be forgotten. He keeps running faster than ever through every challenge thrown his way. So what do you think? Can someone like Tyreek truly leave the past behind and carve out a lasting legacy? Or are some stories destined to follow you no matter how fast you run? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it.